There we go. Okay, we're fixed. Sorry about that. Like I was saying, this whole stream is gonna be a trial and error process because this is all pretty much new to me. This whole program that I'm using, this whole setup. As you can see, I am phasing in and out. So it's this pretty cool program where I actually don't even need a green screen in order to accomplish the effect of eliminating the background, which is why you can see as I move every now and then I start phasing in and out because it's the program trying to detect my body and then erase the background for me. So it's a temporary solution for now because obviously I don't have space for a green screen or anything like that. But yeah, so what is going on, you guys? I think we're finally good. Let's see, nobody is we got 3 people in here now, so hopefully we can get a few more people in here before we start going on. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into it. So this week's news, I made a checklist of everything here so we don't forget any points. So we're gonna cover Arcade 1-Up. They had an announcement today, which according to them it was like a big announcement, but really I didn't really even see the point of announcing it. They basically just announced that they are going to be, I guess, essentially like continuing to partner with Atari on future cabinets, which yeah, I don't know like why they needed to announce that. I don't know if it's a slow news week or something. It was just very odd that they chose to announce that, because all that essentially means is in the future we're going to be getting more Atari games, Atari cabinets, which, like, okay, I guess. So that was the big news from Arcade 1-Up today. What's going on, Mr. Dancing Bozo Calvin Jr., Dre Miller, what's going on? So yeah, if you guys have any questions at all at any point, or any comments or anything you want to say or me to react to, or just whatever, just drop it. Even if it's not about the topics we're talking about, just drop it in the comments. You guys know I try to answer every question as I can. The other news that we have was AT Games. So AT Games has a few things going on. They have a lawsuit going on with Bandai over the rights of PacMan. Now that was happening yesterday, and today they announced that they got the rights for Miss Pac-Man. So I don't really understand like what the situation is exactly. Five Nights at John's, what's going on? Yeah, so I gotta stop moving because I see I'm phasing in and out. Every time I phase in and out, I'm just gonna say Thanos snapped his fingers, because that's pretty much what it looks like. So, so yeah, AT Games apparently has the exclusive rights to Miss Pac-Man, which means that Arcade 1-Up won't be getting the rights, or at least that's what it seems. I still don't really know all the details. They haven't really said much, and like I said, there's still this lawsuit going on with Bandai over the rights, so it's kind of confusing and also contradicting that, you know, there's a lawsuit going on, but then they're saying that today they just got the rights to Miss Pac-Man. So there's a lot of bugs and stuff that has to be filled out and figured out, but I guess we'll see. And wow, I'm phasing out like crazy. What else do we have? Hold on. Is Arcade 1-Up and Atari going to be exclusive just for them, or are they going to be leasing out to other arcade cabinets too? Is Arcade 1-Up and Atari going to be just exclusive for them, or are they going to be leasing out? So do you mean, is Atari going to be, you know, licensing out their stuff to other companies, or do you mean that Arcade 1-Up is only going to be doing Atari stuff? Because basically what I got from it is that that I guess Arcade 1-Up is going to become the sole, I guess, provider of Atari arcade related stuff. At least that's what it seemed like. Again, it's very weird news, but yeah, from what I took from it is that Arcade 1-Up is going to be the exclusive Atari arcade provider. So no other companies, like I guess AT Games or whoever else, will be able to do Atari arcade stuff, basically. What's the deal with TMNT? I honestly have no idea what the deal is with TMNT. We haven't heard anything about it since E3. You know, they already have the Marvel cabinets already showing up in stores, I saw, and the Star Wars one is available for pre-order. Ninja Turtles was available for pre-order at one point, and then like it disappeared, and then people's orders were canceled. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with it. I have a feeling that they're having licensing issues. I have a feeling that it's going to end up like the Final Fight cabinet, where it's just going to keep getting delayed. And speaking of delays, I'm pretty sure that there is a delay from YouTube. So if I'm late to replying to your comments or whatever, that is why. Because I'm using a third-party program to do this green screen effect, and then I'm running that to YouTube, and there's definitely a lag on YouTube because I can see that here. So just bear with me. Like I said, I'm still trying to get used to all this and whatnot. But yeah, so Atari, from what it sounds like, is going to be leasing out only to Arcade 1-Up. At least that's what I took. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, so yours was canceled. So I have a feeling that Ninja Turtles is going to be basically turning into Final Fight, where it's going to get delayed, and then it's just, it'll maybe eventually come out. It may even get canceled because Konami is very strict with their licensing, just as far as like toys go. NECA was supposed to release some Castlevania figures, and you know they had it on the San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con, or probably both. They had it on the show floor. They had like the product samples and everything ready to go, and then Konami pulled out on the deal. So Konami's very tricky when it comes to licensing their stuff out. So we'll have to wait and see. I hope it does come out. Me personally, I'm not going to be picking it up just because, like I always say, I'm tight with money, so I have to pick and choose what I get. But for everybody, I drew a blank there. For everybody that is a fan of the Ninja Turtles cabinet, which not saying that I'm not, but for everybody who does want to get it, I do hope that it comes out so that you guys can get it. I really do want to get the Marvel cabinet. I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, and apparently I'm supposed to be getting an AT Games review unit at some point, whenever that is. I'm kind of starting to wonder what's going on with AT Games. According to Harold, who's kind of in charge of I want to say like the PR department or something from 4AT Games, apparently they're still all in well and they're still planning to come out. So fingers crossed, we'll see. And hopefully I do get a review unit. But moving on to the other news, which we talked about, is that AT Games apparently has the rights for Miss Pac-Man, and I guess we will be seeing a Miss Pac-Man cabinet in the AT Games Legends, Ultimate Legends, or whatever they're calling it, that cabinet. So that is exciting. We'll have to wait and see. Now that's it as far as like the Arcade 1-Up and the AT Games news. That was pretty much the news from today and yesterday. So there's not really much going on. Like I said, we still don't have any clue what's going on with TMNT. Marvel Superheroes is starting to show up in stores and I think available online as well. And Star Wars is available for pre-order and should be out, I want to say, within the next couple weeks. So we'll see what happens with that. What else? The Nintendo Switch Lite came out, and I actually got one. Well, I got one for Christina, but I got one right here. So I'll show that off. I didn't get to make a video on it. Let me just put the mic down for a second. I didn't get to make a video about it because I went out of town literally the day that it came out. Oh yeah, the cocktail cabinets. I don't know what's going on with those either. They canceled yours as well. So yeah, I don't know. It's Arcade 1-Up has never been good with release schedules or anything like that. So, but eventually I think they all do come out. I don't think there was ever a cabinet that came out or that was announced and that we didn't end up seeing. So yeah, let's see if you guys can see the Nintendo Switch Lite. Like I said, there is a bit of a lag, so let me open the program. There you go. So you can kind of see it. I'm going to turn off this green screen effect really quickly, just so you guys can make it easier to see. You know what? No, because I got to set up a whole new camera setup. So this should be okay. You guys can see it right there. It's actually really nice. It's phasing in and out, but let's see here. Oh, wow. It's just completely disappeared. There we go. So yeah, it's actually really nice. It feels really good in hand. Let me just read some of the comments here. Did Arcade 1-Up get the license to make Nintendo cabinets? No, not that I know of, not that I'm aware of, and I don't think that they ever will be. But anyways, yeah, so the Nintendo Switch Lite actually feels really nice in hand. It actually feels better than the regular Switch because it is a smaller form factor. It's just way more comfortable in the hand, and also just feels a lot more sturdy and solid because you don't have those individual Joy-Cons that kind of separate. It kind of feels a little wobbly. This actually feels really nice in hand, and I love the finish on it. The finish is like this matted finish. It's not like a gloss or anything, so it's not a huge fingerprint magnet. Overall, it just feels really good. The major issue that I'm gonna see with this down the road is going to be the buttons. The buttons are all white. So I would imagine over time, just with the grease from your hands or whatever, these buttons are gonna get dirty. I would imagine. Who knows? But overall, I'm actually really impressed with the Switch Lite. Now, I still would choose my regular Nintendo Switch over this, but if I want to do a setup where like I can have the Switch docked at all times and then use this as a handheld whenever I'm on the go, that's a really, really great option. So I really recommend the Nintendo Switch, only in this turquoise color. The yellow one and the gray ones are both ugly, but this turquoise actually is really, really nice. It's kind of like the blue on the regular Switch, the neon blue color, but it's got more of a green tint to it. So almost similar in the actual the color. Let me just get the mic back. Almost similar in the color, but just not quite, not as similar. And I also picked up the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, the remaster for the Switch. I've been playing through that. Absolutely amazing game. The graphics are just so good and really so fitting and so perfect for that game. Honestly, when it first was announced, a lot of people were kind of upset with the graphical style. They didn't like that cute claymation style, if you will, but I think it really works really, really well for the game. Honestly, it couldn't, like, I couldn't imagine that game in any other sort of art style. So I'm really, really impressed with it. The only issues that I'll say the game has is occasionally when you're transitioning through different like entrances from like your outside and go into a cave, or even if you're just outside and you're transitioning on the Game Boy, you would transition from like a screen to another screen, and then there would be a pause and it would shift over to the next screen. Whenever those transitions happen, there is frame rate drops, which is not game breaking or anything like that, but it is very noticeable, and it does kind of take me out of the game a little bit, because it's just noticeable. But again, not game breaking. It doesn't affect anything. It's there, and you can definitely see some of the slowdown when things like that do happen. But other than that, it's a great playing game. The graphics, like I said, are amazing. The soundtrack is amazing with all the redone songs and whatnot, and it's just a phenomenal game. If you've never played The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, definitely you need to play that, whether you play the new remaster or you just go play the original version, which I have all the versions. I have the regular one on the Game Boy, and I have the DX remaster in color on the Game Boy Color, and then of course the new remaster for the Switch. So phenomenal game, and really can't recommend it enough. I won't say it's a perfect game because, like I said, those frame rate issues, but I give it like a 9 out of 10. I think it deserves a 9 out of 10 for sure. What else? Oh, we have the Mario Kart app that was released yesterday. Yeah, it was released yesterday. Have any of you guys started playing that Mario Kart app? It was a Mario Kart Tour. I played it. It's okay. I'm not the biggest fan of Mario Kart Tour. And I wasn't even a big fan of the Dr. Mario app that released. I think it was last month. I still think Mario Run was the best Nintendo app that they made. Mario Run was just so fitting, so perfect, and so much fun. Dr. Mario, I didn't like whatsoever. It was just too easy, too boring, and I wasn't a big fan of it. And this Mario Kart, I kind of feel the same way. Now, granted, I've only played in 50cc, so maybe bumping it up to 100 or 150 will change things. But I don't even feel like I'm playing against, and I don't even know if I'm playing against, other users, or if I'm just playing against CPUs in the game. But it just feels too easy. Like I'm in first place every time. I'm always by myself. Like I'm so far ahead of the pack. It just feels like I'm on the map by myself most of the time. But I would say that it's better than the Dr. Mario game. It's more fun. For me, because I don't know, it's just more fun. It's cool seeing everything remastered for the phone and whatnot, so that's pretty cool. The controls are a little weird. You can do motion controls, or you can just swipe left to right. I've been doing the left to right. I don't even mess with the gyro controls on the phone, and it still feels a little weird doing it left to right with the swiping to steer. But and it also feels weird not being able to accelerate or decelerate, I guess you could say, or to use your brakes or whatever while playing. The cart moves for you. It's automatic. All you do is turn. That's literally all that you do. But it's okay. It's definitely not a bad game by any means. I was just expecting more. I was pretty hyped for it, and I was kind of let down. I'll probably keep it on my phone and play through all the maps, and then once I do that, I don't know. There's definitely a ton of microtransactions in there if you want to get upgrades for different carts or different characters. There's like a whole screen dedicated to like $20 packs you can get or $30 packs or whatever, which, I mean, is to be expected. That's how they're going to make their money off of it since it is a free game, but overall, it's okay. It's all right. What else do we got? Kevin Feige, that was announced today. So Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel, is going to be directing a new Star Wars movie. Now, I'm not entirely sure, and again, this is all new information, so there's not even a ton of details out there, but there's going to be a ton of stuff coming in Disney Plus, and I'm just wondering if it's going to be a Disney Plus exclusive movie or if it's actually going to come to theaters. And with Kevin Feige behind it, I would imagine it's going to be a big blockbuster coming to theaters. It'll take place after episode 9. Maybe they'll start another trilogy or some sort of spin-off series. Oh, man, sorry, spin-off series. Hold on, let me grab something to drink real quick. Hold on a second. Let's put this mic back down here. Hey, Sparky. Sparky's over here watching me stream. So, real talk, I'm sure, is left, but we're on the peach flavored water again today. So, this stuff is great. I love this flavored water. All right, try not to choke again on camera. What do you guys mean your cocktail cabinets were canceled? So basically, I guess they pre-ordered through Walmart, and they got their confirmation email and all of that, and they eventually got canceled. Same happened with the Ninja Turtles cabinets, and same happened with something else like last year when Arcade 1-Up originally came out. So Walmart just does that. It happens. There's really not much you can do about it. So does anybody have any questions for me or just anything that they want to talk about that I didn't mention already? I don't even know how long we've been going for. We've been going for 20 minutes. I was initially going to go for 30 minutes. I talked about all the topics that I did want to talk about. When I say water, I mean vodka. No, when I say water, I mean water. But for the sake of the ongoing joke, yes, peach water and vodka is what we're going with tonight. Yeah, but does anybody have any questions or any other topics that they want to talk about that I didn't mention already? Definitely be sure to leave that in the comments in the chat. And like I said, there is a bit of a lag from this third-party program going to YouTube and then YouTube sending it out. So if anybody has anything that they want to talk about, drop it in the comments, and I'll wait for the comments. And if not, then I'm probably going to cut this short because I do got a few other things that I need to do tonight. So we'll see. But I did want to talk about those topics. Now, I do want to master this whole program. How do you guys think this has been sounding? How do you think it's been looking? I know that the phasing in and out can kind of get a little distracting. So let me know if that's something, if you guys just don't want me to do this fake green screen effect, or if you guys want me to just go back to a normal background. The audio should sound good. I'm using my Snowball here that I use when I do voiceovers and stuff, so the audio should be sounding good. And I'm actually surprised with the quality of the camera right here. I have a Surface Book Pro, no, Surface Book 2, I think. I can't remember now. I won it in a giveaway or whatever, but I'm using just the built-in webcam on that, and we're going 1080p 60 frames a second, so that's actually an improvement to what we used to do. I used to do it through my phone. We used to get 720p. I don't even think we got 60 frames a second, but it looks like now we're streaming 1080p 60 frames a second, so that is actually pretty cool. I am late, but I am sorry to hear about the Arcade Legends game list. So yeah, that list came out. It was a few weeks. It may have even been a month ago that they released, I guess, the official list, and it was an okay list, I guess. Like, there's always going to be stuff on there that people are going to like, and then there's always going to be stuff that people aren't going to like. It definitely seemed like they had a lot of console ports versus, actual arcade ports. A lot of filler, especially with, like, I think there's a bunch of sports titles on there. So, it does suck, but It's still gonna be pretty cool. I would imagine that we're going to get somebody who's gonna figure out. Hold on a second. The stream current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. We recommend that you use a stream bit rate of 45. So that may be the issue. So I just got a warning, or not a warning, but I just got a message on the screen from YouTube that may explain why there's a bit of a lag. So I'm actually I'll change those settings for the next stream. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm sure someone's going to get the AT Games cabinet and figure out a way to hack it, to mod it, to put whatever you want into it, which, again, you can already do with the Arcade 1-Up cabinets using Raspberry Pi or whatever. But seeing that this is going to have, I guess, running on a hard drive of some sorts or some sort of Raspberry Pi already, I would imagine it's going to be fairly simple to mod it, to hack it, and to add whatever games you want to it. And the benefit that you get with this one versus the Arcade 1-Up is you're getting all the controls in one. So you're getting the trackball, you're getting the spinner, you're getting your regular joysticks and buttons, and you're getting the really cool form factor, and just there's a lot of promise to it. Again, it's just very hard to see because everything sounds really good on paper, like how they're going to get stuff to work or whatever. But it's just hard to see without actually knowing. And like I said, I should be getting a review unit, hopefully. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. You might want to try a different color shirt. Might keep it fading from in and out. So no, actually, it's not the shirt at all. So the program I'm using, which you guys can see the watermark on the screen, it's called ChromaCam. And basically what it does is the camera tries to detect my body and then erase everything else around me. So it's just struggling because, I don't know, maybe because I'm wearing a black shirt and the chair I'm sitting on is black. Maybe that may be the issue, but it does the same with my head. It's just the move. Every time I move and stuff, the camera's trying to process and rework around the whole fading in and out thing. If I stay still, it should be decent. I know you can see still a little fading in and out or whatever, like around my head, but I think it's okay. Initially, what I wanted to do was kind of minimize it and put myself in the lower corner, which I'll do for you guys really quickly. I wanted to put myself like down here or something and have a video playing in the background or some gameplay of something playing, but I couldn't figure out in time how to get that working properly. But that's originally what I wanted to do, and then I wanted to just get rid of the actual brick background, and it would have just been me here with a video in the background. I think that would be pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna try and do that for the future, and just so you guys can see some other backgrounds or whatever, just because it should be changing the settings for you guys. But yeah, I can do this green screen, I can do this little like office setting, whatever the heck that is. This right there, this is pretty cool. I might use this one next time, but you can definitely see a lot of the fading in and out with this one. I feel you got like I'm in California here. Yeah, this Ferris wheel one's pretty decent. There's that one, but I thought the brick one was pretty cool and appropriate. So just for the future, I'm gonna test this program out more and more for sure, and try and perfect it to make the streams as cool as possible, to upgrade them, and just to improve the quality, because obviously I'm trying to do these streams weekly for you guys. I did one last week, I'm doing one this week. I'm trying to stick to that and do it every Thursday, which is typically my day off, and even if it's not my day off, I'll try and do it for you guys. So I'm just trying to get better and improve for you guys. So I just got to test this out, and it's really hard to figure it out without actually just doing the stream and then figuring it out as I go along. Trial and error. So hopefully with the next couple streams, everything will be a bit more improved. Yeah, Sling Space. So as I was saying earlier, that I'm fading in and out because Thanos snapped his fingers and I'm starting to disappear. So, or we could do the Marty McFly thing and I went back in time and altered reality, and now I don't exist and I'm fading away. So but yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I think I figured out why there's a bit of a lag, and I'm going to test that out. Maybe on a private stream, I'll do that so you guys don't have to see me dealing with these stuff or whatever. But I can already feel my laptop's getting pretty warm. So we're going on 30 minutes now. So that was pretty much the goal for the stream, where I was going to go. So thanks to all you guys who came out. I know there wasn't a ton of you today, but I appreciate each and every one of you that do come, whether you watch 5 seconds, 5 minutes, or stay for the whole thing, or whatever the case may be if you're watching this after the fact. But yeah, guys, thanks for coming. I appreciate all of you. Stay tuned for, future streams. Like I said, this is going to be a Thursday thing, hopefully. Right around this time, right around like the 6-7 o'clock, probably closer to 7. And as I continue to figure this program out, we'll keep the streams going longer and longer. But for now, I think this was a good test run, a good trial run. So like I said, I appreciate all you guys. If you haven't already, if you can give this video a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. And as always, guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.